In Kenya, like to be fair, Christmas Eve, most people go to church. So that is very common, like in Kenya, especially like for Christians, like on like Christmas Eve, go to church. And there's normally like also another like service during on Christmas Day, and people like Christmas is very much about church. Yeah, in Kenya, it's very much about church, and let's be honest, that's what Christmas is.
Some Germans
Yes.
put onions as oh no, not onions, pickle as an ornament on the tree.
Possibly. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I'm sorry, Germans, I'm going to let you down because I don't know if that is true. It's day 9 of our Christmas special. I am so excited for this one. Now, today we're actually going to do something slightly different.
Okay.
We are going to talk about holiday traditions from around the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So before we start, what is a tradition from Ghana, or just that you have at home that you feel like this is actually very specific to us?
I don't know if that's specific to us. But in Ghana, I'm the one that usually hosts, and what I do is that I tell my aunties and everyone to come over, and I cook. And when I cook, obviously, we make some English food and some Ghanaian food, but they always have to be soup. Because, after eating, the thing about Ghanaians is that it's like they want soup it's like it settles them after.
Okay.
Yes.
So what kind, when you say soup?
It's like, we call it light soup. So it's basically like tomato soup. Yeah. It's tomato soup, basically. It's just to settle them.
Okay, interesting.
So we always have to have that. And one tradition that we always do, leading up to Christmas, till 24th night, we always play games. So you know how on Christmas Day we play games? 24th, we stay up and play games. So if it's like Scrabble, Monopoly, we play games.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, that's one tradition we always do. And then on Christmas Day, after cooking and everything, yes, we have to play some games.
Okay.
Monopoly or Scrabble again.
Just standard tradition, basically.
Yes, standard tradition.
Okay.
And in Ghana, we do the fireworks.
Okay, interesting. In Kenya, to be fair, Christmas Eve, most people go to church. So that is very common, in Kenya, especially for Christians, on Christmas Eve, go to church. And there's normally also another service during on Christmas Day, and people Christmas is very much about church. Yeah, in Kenya, it's very much about church. And let's be honest, that's what Christmas is. So it is very much about church in Kenya, and I appreciate that. So that is very big on in my family, for instance, Christmas Eve, we always get to church. And if we don't manage to go on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, we have to go to church. So that is, I think, a tradition in my family. But the rest of the world also has very interesting traditions.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did a bit of research and I came up with about 9 countries that have very interesting, or regions that have very interesting traditions all around the world. Now, the first country on my list is Iceland. Yeah. So Icelanders, I think that's what they are, Icelanders. If that's not what they are, I'm so sorry, guys. But I assume they're called Icelanders. So what they do is they exchange books on Christmas Eve and spend evening reading while sipping hot chocolate.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know. I think I'm going to adapt really that. Good. I listen, I feel like that is actually such a good tradition. And I think if you look at it from a point of view of a health sort of point of view, it's actually really relaxing.
It is.
It's very relaxing, and reading is very, very therapeutic, so I think I could adapt this. This is a good tradition, isn't it? The next country I've got on my list is Japan. Now, in Japan, they make something called ozoni, and this is the mochi soup. Guys, if I'm saying these names wrong, I do apologize. I'm being all like, like I know what I'm talking about. And basically, it's a staple for New Year celebrations. It's normally packed with loads of vegetables and a very light broth. Yes. So again, this is like all to do with health. Like they're very big on health,
This is really interesting.
So that is something that happens in Japan. Another country I've got on my list is Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah. And in Mexico, they basically have a 9-day celebration of, I'm going to try to say this in my most Latin, not Spanish pronunciation. Las Posadas. Las Posadas is basically it's basically a celebration of like music and food. Again, guys, if this is not accurate, please, please, please correct me. And basically, it's they're very big on emphasizing sort of like the sense of community and gratitude. So they come together. It's like a celebration of like community. And I think that is so good, especially because we know what Christmas can be for some people. That whole loneliness and maybe they don't have family. Coming together like that, and it's a 9-day celebration. It's wonderful. But I guess the thing that can come out of that is overindulgence. So, I mean, Spanish people also like them. So they might maybe overeat and maybe overdrink. But listen, all in the name of Christmas, I'm here for it. Another country I have, or region I have, is the Scandinavian countries. So the likes of like Finland and a few others. Basically, sauna session is very big and it's a part of like the Christmas traditions. And what it signifies is a cleanse of the body and basically preparing for the new year. I think that is so good because I love saunas. I love a good sauna. Like I will have a sauna any day of the week. Like 7 days of the week I'll go to the sauna. So I think it's so good just to and also sauna is meant to be very good for you. Yeah. And after a sauna you have to have like a proper shower. So how we always say people have to clean up during Christmas, okay? You're kind of forced to.
You're forced to do it.
Yes. I think this is such a good tradition. Germany, which is my second country.
I actually heard something about. I wonder if this is the actual.
Well, go on.
It was a weird one.
What is that?
So
because this is not weird.
Oh,
so okay, go on.
So I heard some Germans put onions as oh no, not onions, pickle as an ornament on the tree.
Possibly. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I'm sorry, Germans. I'm going to let you down because I don't know if that is true. But yeah, possibly.
I was like, what? I heard that.
Yeah. No, possibly. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's just a tradition. It's just what they used to. It's the same way. Like, if like say someone from, I don't know, let's say Iceland, you come and you say, okay, guys, today we're reading a book, and this is a family that's used to a completely different tradition. They'll find it a bit. So if it's true, it's part of like their thing, But in Germany, we have a lot of open air markets, which is a Christmas market.
No, I love that.
Yes. And the reason I love this, I mean, I say Germany, but it's in a lot of countries, European countries now. Maybe originated in Germany. I'm going to need to do some research on that, guys. But basically, it is open air Christmas markets. And I think this is very good for sort of just getting that fresh air outside. Yes. And also there's a lot of outdoor activities. So, there's a lot of even like sledging and all of that. Okay. And I feel like that kind of just gets your body moving around the festive period, which is pretty good. We're always like, talking about, getting active and getting out there. So I'm loving this. Next country on my list is Italy. Yeah. So in Italy, there is something they call the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Okay.
Yes. And basically what they do is they prepare a seafood feast on Christmas Eve, which of course showcases grilled fish, octopus, salads, shellfish. Okay. And let's be honest, like fish is meant to be healthier than meats and the heavy things, And for Italy, which is very big on like pasta and pizza and pasta, it's good to just know that maybe they do something different. Yeah. Now, any Italians out there, if this is not correct, please
Correct us.
But this is what I did my research on, and it does say that there is the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Yeah,
I would like to actually try that, being
Yeah.
a pescatarian.
yeah, exactly. I think that's something you would like.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's for 7 different fishes. So please,
Okay.
guys, like just write in the comment section. Let us know what is the 7 fishes. Like, is there any specific fishes? Has there got to be like a specific fish during this festival? Like, please let us know. And the next country is my neighboring country, Ethiopia. Yes. So in Ethiopia, leading up to, I think it's pronounced Gena. Leading up to Gena, Ethiopians have a vegan feast where they eat sort of like plant-based meals until the holiday feast begins.
That's for you.
That is for me.
Please.
My Ethiopian people.
Holiday, go there.
Yes, no, like I think this is very good, and I think because these Ethiopians are very religious as well, so I think this is like a cleanse for them. Yeah, I think this is a cleanse just to prepare for sort of like the new year, or like I suppose the end of the holidays, or like the beginning of like a fresh start. So yes, this apparently happens in Ethiopia. Next on my list is Poland, and basically the Polish Christmas Eve meal is normally a meal that includes 12 meatless dishes, which symbolizes the 12 apostles. So I don't know if part of it, again, there's a lot of, if you don't realize, there's a lot of like meatless dishes happening.
Like, it's all very like healthy and stuff. No, this is really good.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised, especially for a holiday. You would think maybe the tradition would be more like going to the sedentary lifestyle.
Yes.
But these are really wholesome.
Nice. So like with the Polish tradition is 12 meatless dishes, symbolizing the apostles, and I suppose this is also part of a cleanse. Before like indulging and getting into like the hard to digest foods, they sort of like get that cleanse. Last on my list, I've got South Korea. Now in South Korea, they eat a warm rice cake soup on New Year's. And this is a symbol of renewal and longevity. Yes. So it's basically a symbol of renewal. It's like, I think this warm rice cake soup is like a symbol of like just renewal of things. Yeah. And this is normally on New Year's. Yeah. So those are my holiday traditions around the world.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I just like the fact that they're all very healthy. There wasn't one that was like, yes, you shouldn't be doing that.
That's it.
I like that. That was really good.
Yeah. So if you are watching and there's any holiday traditions from wherever you're from and we haven't mentioned them, please let us know and we will definitely look into them and talk about them. Maybe next Christmas.